going to do a little review of what it's been like this almost 3 years of camping with our Runaway. So I'm going to turn it over to Susie.
As you know, our camper trailer does not have a kitchen because it's not an RV. So we have two ARB awnings. We have one that just serves as a porch, although sometimes I use it as a kitchen if we don't want to get out the whole ARB room. But we have the other one, it's an ARB. It folds out, it rolls out, it has walls. You can have screen walls, or you can put it down so you have canvas and it's all enclosed. It's great. You can have your kitchen in there, and we really like it. It's very convenient to use. My love for camping started when I was a child. We went camping. I thought we went camping a lot. May not have been a lot, but we really loved it. Instilled into me by my father. So when our boys grew up, I joined the Boy Scouts, and I actually volunteered to be one of the leaders secretly because I loved to camp, and it was the only way I was going to camp. It was tricky. But we did a lot of camping, and we did a lot of backpacking, and I really liked it. And so after the boys left Boy Scouts, my husband was not super thrilled about backpacking, and then it came to pass that he started running races, and some of these races, a lot of people were camping at the races. And so we thought, oh, that would be cool if we had a small camper that we could manage well, and it wouldn't take up much room or anything in our lives. We wouldn't have to babysit it. It would just be a simple camper that we could take to the races. And it turned out very well. I was really happy with it. It's beautiful. We love our camper. It serves the purpose. And then after the races, we're like, oh, let's just go camping. So we just started camping around different places, and that was fun too. Some of our friends were surprised to find out that our camper has an air conditioner. But that little air conditioner can make you really cold in there. So on a hot day, it's great. No problems there. In the middle of winter, we've camped when it's been pretty cold, down in the 20s, I think. And we've had a little heater that works just great. We have an electric blanket too. And both of those things make it quite comfortable. There's really no issue with heat or air conditioning with the camper as long as you have electricity. The camper actually comes with 2 windows, but you can order a 3rd window, which is the back wall, and then you have a really good breeze coming through, and that's what we did. Also, when we put the mattress up on a platform, it brought us up closer to the windows so we could actually get the breeze, and I thought that was a good idea. In conclusion of my thoughts on our happy camper, I just want you to know that it really meets our needs. It fits in the back of the garage perfectly. We can pull it around on the driveway perfectly. I can do it easily. And we can pull it behind our truck or my little van, and there's no issues. So if you think that you might like to have one, you can give them a call at Runaway, and it'll be great for you.
Hi, Charles Moman here. Well, I had my wife open up this video, and she shared her thoughts about the past 3 years, almost 3 years with our Runaway camper. So I'm just going to add a few more things because she covered it pretty well. I initially began looking for an option to tent camping because I got involved with ultra running, 50-mile, especially 24-hour events, and I came across somehow a Runaway camper. And we actually bought it sight unseen. We liked what we saw. We drove down to we called, made our deposit, went down and picked it up in the summer of 2016, and I used it for the first time at an event called Howl at the Moon, an 8-hour event that I usually do over in Illinois, and it worked out great. And so it's been a fun experience having something that's so easy to use, because at least I got tired of, if we went camping and it's raining and you got the wet tent and you got to break that all down. Now we just pull in, unhook, or in some situations we don't even unhook the camper, and we've got an automatic place to jump in and be dry, warm, or cool, or just fresh air, which is what we of course prefer. We cook outside, so not having amenities inside works for us because it's not an RV, as Susie mentioned. Speaking of that, it's been kind of amusing with my videos, and I've put out quite a few Runaway videos. that people want to convince me that I'm wrong. You know, there's, you know how it is with the internet, and you're kind of anonymous, and people, you know, like to be negative, but they compare what we call our sleeping box with a full-blown RV, and they'll say, but it doesn't have a bathroom, it doesn't have a kitchen, and yeah, we knew that. And I think what really amuses me the most is they are bound and determined to convince us that we're wrong. They were basically idiots for buying this. We should have bought a cargo trailer. We should have bought this model or that model. And I just, you know, I usually don't say anything back to them, but I go, you know, what I do can't possibly affect you, and vice versa. So if you need to stand up, and if you need a bathroom, if you want a kitchen inside, that's great. We just didn't want to spend that kind of money. I want to be able to keep it in the back of our garage. Susie can pull it around, as she mentioned, and so it's just not light and nimble. It works great for us, but it has been kind of amusing to see how people do an unfair comparison, and it isn't definitely not an RV, and it's not for everyone. If you have mobility issues, I've mentioned that before in videos, that might be hard for you to get in and out, though they now have a tall version called the Rouser. But it's been a great experience for 3 years. We made modifications, as Susie mentioned, the ARB awnings, and Susie built a platform. You'll notice a recurring theme there. It's Susie building things, not me. I can do a little bit, but she's the good one at that. But it's mainly just serves our purposes. It's no muss, no fuss, and we now have a Grand Caravan, and it pulls it just as well, and it's very, very handy. What's kind of funny is we've traveled less than most, I think most Runaway owners. We have friends that have done huge, long trips, and then on Facebook I've seen people do trips to Alaska or 20, 30,000 mile trips, and our longest trip is out to Estes, Colorado, and we didn't actually get to park in Rocky Mountain National Park. I hope to maybe this summer. But we're going to do maybe a trip to Texas and up to Grand Canyon and Utah and do some Milky Way photography, and so we'll try to camp some more, but this summer we're kind of busy with other things. So that's one thing, again, I like about the camper. It's not some huge expensive thing that if turns out we can't use it for a little while, we don't feel guilty about a, you know, 40, 50,000 or more rig sitting out in our property that we're not using. It's just depreciating day by day. That's not a reason to buy it, but it certainly makes sense that to something that's not that expensive at all, and we use it when we can, and it's great when we do use it. So it's just been a great experience, and I'm not an employee of Runaway, though people often think that I am. I just like taking on projects, and Runaway's just been my focus for the last couple of years. And recently I did some video work for a place called Reclaim Barns and Beams in Shelbyville, and I'm about done with that, but I asked them if I could make them some videos, some Instagram in particular, and those are fun too. So that's really all I need to say about it. It's worked out great, and if you've not looked on my channel, you can see videos about just every detail about Runaway Campers. And I'm going to be soon uploading a new version of that primer video that I did in 2016 that just the other day did pass 250,000 views, which I never dreamed that. We don't monetize yet. I might do that next year. But right now, we don't even bother with that. It's kind of a myth that you can become rich on YouTube. There are not very many people that do that. So I hope you've enjoyed our videos, and we certainly have enjoyed our Runaway Camper. And we'll see you next time.